Welcome everyone to Mr. Whisperman's Good News Time. Today, I'm going to be reading a story from the BBC about an ambulance worker who was saved by the patient. Ambulance worker thanks patient and nurse who helped save his life. An ambulance worker saved by his patient and nurse after he suffered a cardiac arrest has thanked them for giving him another chance in life. Sean McBride was prepared to take 72-year-old Tommy Stewart from Glen O'Dea Hospital in Brankery to Aberdeen Royal Infirmary when he collapsed. Mr. Stewart, an amputee who uses a wheelchair, was strapped into the vehicle but was able to call for help. Nurse Freya Smith Nicole then performed CPR until an ambulance arrived. Those involved have now had an emotional reunion 2 months after the drama unfolded at the small community hospital in Aberdeenshire. Mr. McBride, 56, a care assistant with the ambulance patient transport service, has just secured Mr. Stewart into his vehicle when he collapsed. I heard a thump and I just saw the top of Sean's head, Mr. Stewart recalled. I said, "He's collapsed," but there was no way I could reach the horn because I was strapped in. So the next thing was roar. Mr. Stewart's repeat cries were eventually heard by a hospital caterer who ran out to see what was going on. Unconscious on the ramp, Nurse Freya Smith Nicole was quickly alerted and quickly released. There was a lot of panic in the air. I knew immediately something was wrong, said the 28-year-old. I thought it was going to be one of our patients, because you put two and two together, and obviously didn't expect to see Sean there. It was quite a big shock. He was unconscious on the ramp of the ambulance. Mrs. Smith Nicole performed CPR on Mr. McBride for 25 minutes, helped by other members of the team until an ambulance arrived. A defibrillator was used 7 times as they fought to save him. The ambulance crew turned up just as we kind of got him back. So it was all timed quite well, she said. When he got to the hospital, Mr. McBride was placed in an induced coma in intensive care. The former firefighter pulled through and has now been fitted with the defibrillator. He hopes to return to work next month. He still has no memory of what happened. During the reunion, Mr. Stewart and Mrs. Smith Nicole, Mr. McBride, said he would be forever grateful to them. If it wasn't for Tommy raising the alarm and the quick actions of Freya and the team, well, I wouldn't be sitting here today, he said. He said to them, "Thank you for giving me another chance in life. My gratitude is there forever. Live for today because you never know what tomorrow might bring." Mrs. Smith Nicole said it had been a team effort. When we found out Sean had come off the ventilator, he was awake and was having a cup of tea with his wife. It was amazing to hear, she said. There was such a sense of relief. It was quite emotional. She and Sean later met by chance at a wedding and shared a dance. Mr. Stewart remains modest about his actions. That day, I didn't think I did anything but shout, he said. Frey did the best bit, and the rest of the nurses helped. He couldn't have picked a better place to collapse if he tried. It could have been worse, a lot worse. Mr. McBride of Aberdeen's Bridge of Dawn area said, what happened has given him not only a second chance, but 2 new friends for life. And the feeling is mutual, with Mr. Stewart describing him as a good hubby who will now be on his Christmas card. And the feeling is mutual, with Mr. Stewart describing him as a good buddy who will now be on his Christmas card list. Sounds like he was able to raise the alarm and help the man out who's struggling. And thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.